Victory, they say, is sweet, and the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, is celebrating another victorious feat. Its candidate in the just concluded 2024 governorship elections in Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, clinched victory by defeating the influence of the ruling party in the state. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, announced Okpebholo's victory after a tightly contested race, which saw the APC reclaim power from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the South-South states. Okpebholo banked on the APC's apparatchik to get the victory, which comes as a major blow to the outgoing Governor Godwin Obaseki, whose 8-year tenure will officially end on the 12th of November. Now let's share that moment when INEC returning officer Professor Farouk Kuta declared Okpebholo winner of the election.
Party APC, 291,667 votes. Party ABGA, 1,242 votes. Party APM, 151 votes. That Okpebholo Monday of APC, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
All right, BK, let's begin the conversation. Let's start like this. Looking at the off-cycle election in Edo State, let's start with your general thoughts on the outcome of the election, particularly the APC's victory.
I expected the APC victory. At least I told a lot of my friends that Obaseki will not survive it. The same way I said it was not going to be a three-horse race because the Labour Party will be completely blown out of the water. And that's what happened. It's the election, like I said on Saturday morning air, was a referendum on the Obaseki years. If the people are happy with Obaseki, they will vote for his candidate. But Obaseki had offended too many people. You cannot, somebody who had not been in politics for so many years, who himself was a political nobody, thrusted onto the scene by a former governor of the state, suddenly started turning against the people who helped him to get there. They will wait for you. Look at what happened in Oredo, the biggest local government in the state. That is the home of the Benes. That's their ancestral home. Their Oba had been routinely disrespected by Obaseki. People talked about it. He was not going to listen. To vote for him will amount to diminishing their traditional right. To vote for his candidates. Because let's face it, it was Obaseki that was on the ballot. Metaphorically on the ballot, not physically on the ballot. So Aswell was not the person that people were really talking about.
It was the governor.
Obaseki, yes. Now, in Oredo, the last time the APC won election in Oredo was in 2012, when Oshomole secured the second term by winning all 18 local governments in the state. Since then, they've not been able to take Oredo because Oredo is the most cosmopolitan local government in the state. You have Igbos, you have Yorubas, these traders and all that. But in the end, they were able to take that state, take that local government. APC took that local government, largely because of some of the things we've talked about, the quarrel with the Oba and all that. I remember even when the Oba tried to intervene in the crisis between him and Oshomole, on one occasion, they were waiting. The rest of them were were waiting at the palace.
Okay.
And he sent word to the palace that he was playing golf.
That is the height of disrespect.
Now, you see, in politics, all of these things matter.
True, it does.
You are fighting party leaders. You quarreled with people like, from the APC where I came from, you quarreled with Oshomole and other. Yeah. He was instrumental to Oshomole's removal as national chairman because his colleague governors at that time ganged up against Oshomole.
Oh.
Yes, they ganged up against Oshomole because Oshomole quarreled with one of their own. Invariably, Oshomole was removed as national chairman, you know, and they put a caretaker committee in place. That's not all. When he got to the PDP, he fought with the legacy members of the party, people who are foundation members of the party, Dan Obi, the rest of them. There is Obede, the Hammer, you know, a former House of Reps member. These were leaders of the party. He fought against them. And they were just looking at him. Look at the number of lawmakers that he blocked from coming into the assembly.
That was a major factor as well.
Those people, in Oredo alone, there were 2 lawmakers that he stopped them from representing their people for 4 years. You think those constituents will be happy? Of course, they will work against you. The way he humiliated Oshomole and proceeded to humiliate the deputy, Philip Shaibu. It got so bad that there was a Christian Thanksgiving that they were doing, and they wanted to say hello to his boss. And the security people stopped him from having a mere handshake at a spiritual event. He banished him from government house, took him far away from government house. He said, go and put your office will be here. He agreed to go there. The humiliation of the 2 sons of Edo North, Oshomole and Philip Shaibu, is one reason the people of Edo North came out in high numbers, the way they had never, because they felt, look, this person disgraced our most prominent sons.
So it's time for us to
time for us to repay him. No election in our country can be perfect, at least for now. Okay. I'm not going to say that, oh, the election was perfect. As I said here, I said Edo governorship election will set a record in terms of vote buying. I said in Edo State, they will give voters as much as 20,000. Go and ask those who are there. They were giving people 20,000 naira to vote. That's not what we want to see. That's weaponizing poverty in a very cruel manner. That happened. There were also issues about transparency in the area of collation and all that. But you can't take away the fact that in spite of everything, the people's wish prevailed. We can talk for the whole day about electoral integrity and all that. The people's will prevailed in Edo State. And the streets of Edo today are calm. APC won 11 local governments out of 18. PDP took 7. Apart from that, the candidate of the APC, in terms of percentage, let me even see what percentage is scored. He got 56% of the total votes.
PDP got
PDP got 35. You know, that is significant enough. What matters is for the wish of the people to prevail. When you put everything together, I think Obaseki even tried.
But so it's all about the many sins of the governor and the
determination of the APC to take the state. You cannot. It wasn't like the last one. That last one,
Okay.
the governors of the APC ganged up against their own party.
Oh dear.
Yes. The chairman of the campaign
Okay.
at that time was the former governor of Kano State. It got so bad that the former governor of Kano State, Ganduje, started calling his colleagues one by one. He said, "Oh, I didn't know that this was the plan. You people came here to work against our party. I should have stayed back in Kano and spent 2 weeks here. Well, look at what you guys are doing." They can't deny. Even Baba Ganduje can't say I lied. I know that was what happened. He was calling his colleagues, so you should have told me that this is the plan. That the plan is to sabotage
the party.
But this time around, 10 governors.
They came together in unity.
The Senate president. That underlines the seriousness with which they took
This election.
That election. That was absent
in the last
4 years ago. That was absent 4 years ago when they worked against their party and misled the then president. You know, that don't worry, Obaseki will come back to our party once he wins.
Some have said that, oh, the last time the Wike factor also really played a role.
And Wike was in PDP.
Yeah,
he wanted his party to
exactly. You say
this time around, this governor and Wike, they are no longer friends.
Are no longer
They've been
friends.
abusing one another.
True.
So you will expect that Wike will not support him. In fact, he will work behind the scene to make sure that his candidate does not prevail. And I believe that was what happened at the end of the day.
All right, CKN, let me come to you. The APC, the apparatchik, or the structure. How do you think the APC used it to turn the tide against the PDP in this off-cycle election?
Yes, let me start from where PKO stopped. You talked about Obaseki being the one that is on the ballot. It was a two-horse race. It wasn't only Obaseki. Adams Oshimole was also on the ballot. Those are the two people that were on the ballot.
Okay.
So, if you understand what I mean, because it became a battle of wits between Adams Oshimole and Governor Obaseki. If you see all the campaign or you notice all the campaigns, most of the candidates were not the one talking. It was Obaseki that was practically speaking for Aswe, and Adams Oshimole that was speaking for Monday. So the two candidates were just like pawns in a chess board. Now the issue was to find out who is the ultimate godfather when, as far as this election was concerned. So it wasn't only Obaseki. Yes, Obaseki, on the fact that for 8 years he has been the governor of Edo State and he'll be judged by what he did. But Adams Oshomole, also like in that book, Shylock, Merchant of Venice, you remember by Macbeth, where he said that you can take your pound of flesh, but no single blood must drop. That was Shylock. Okay, so it was Adams Oshomole, and at the end of it all, Adams prevailed. But my own particular issue here is that, yes, BKO has analyzed the scenes of Obaseki, as it were, how he came from APC, was sent away from APC, came to PDP, and practically took over the party. They practically handed him over the ticket of the party in his first term. And all those that worked for PDP, they are supposed to be... so a lot of people within the PDP were not happy with what PDP did by handing over that ticket, because it's just about a few weeks to the election when they gave Obaseki that. You know, but they were able to give it to him. But at the end of it, what did he do? He decided to jettison them, fought with a lot of them that not be up to his deputy, as he said. But my own area I'm going at is that the average Nigerian politician, when they, you know, there is what is called Nigerian politics. When they go to read that politics 101, as it were, Nigerian politics, there are three factors that they hold and they learn. The first one is rigging. Perfect. how you can be able to rig the the second is thuggery. How you can be able to use your thugs to be able to make sure that you suppress the other and overwhelm. The third one is buying of votes. Before, it wasn't as bad as it. I remember in the early days where they used to put 100 naira. VK with the inside bread. Agege bread. It was agege that was very popular. They put 100 naira. I came to serve people bread. When you open it, you eat the bread, you also eat it. 50 naira. But now they have taken it to the next level. The issue of logistics was a big problem. I'm not talking about the who won or who didn't win. I'm giving the processes that, because materials did not arrive certain areas until late in the day.
Let me just hold your thought there. But BK, did INEC pass the integrity test of democracy in your opinion?
For now, I do not have any reason to say they didn't pass the integrity test.
What are your reasons?
I have not seen clear evidence of manipulation of the results in favor of a party. If I see it, I can then say, oh, they failed the test. I have not seen it until I see cast iron evidence. Because our name is at stake.
Sure.
Until I see cast iron evidence of manipulation, I will not come here and say, oh, INEC failed. Even if INEC fails to perform up to the extent that we expect it to perform, it is the politicians